I'm Dara O Briain. Welcome to my School of Hard Sums. We're here to answer one big question. When you have to handle the problems that everyday life throws your way, what's the best way to go about it? Do you step back, review the situation, and then apply the techniques of maths to come up with an answer? Or do you just charge in, head first, and trust to brute force? This show is a battle of brain versus brawn, and tonight I shall be playing the role of brain. Each week, my grey matter is pitched against the brute force of my two comic guests, as we tackle three increasingly fiendish problems that we've never seen before. Oxford professor Marcus du Sautoy is here to set the questions and decide whose approach is the best. And to keep us all on our toes, there's a bunch of brainy math students having a crack as well. But first, let's meet my competition for tonight. Miles Jupp and Stephen Mangan. Gentlemen, how are you? Welcome. Welcome to our institute. Pleasure to have you both here. Thanks. You problem solvers, puzzle people, by any chance?
I like that sort of logic puzzles and all that malarkey. Yeah, I'm a fan of that stuff. So.
Oh, right, okay.
I'm no good at it, but I like it.
No, okay, fine, okay. Well, you're midway between the two. I mean, the notion really that we bring anyone on this show who then, like some Neanderthal, blunders through randomly, like throwing different lengths of rope after things or splattering paint on walls. It really hasn't... Yeah, it's much vaguer than that, to be honest. As a cricket man, though, arcane numbers, that'd be, you know... That's
sometimes you want to do a calculation quickly. Oh, they need so-and-so. But I know sort of one or two of each times table, and then sort of do a weird thing. So someone says, oh, 9 sevens. I always think, well, 10 sevens is definitely 70, so mine, you know, and I work
Well, that's a very
backwards.
Indian method, actually.
Is it?
Yeah. But, of course, there's a great mathematical formula for cricket, isn't there? If it gets rained off, then you use this formula, which...
Oh, the Duckworth...
Duckworth-Lewis,
methods,
yeah. Duckworth-Lewis. It predicts what the score would have been based on where they are at that point.
It's a bit of a bluff, though, isn't it, Duckworth-Lewis?
It's the best, worst method, probably.
Yeah.
What would the O Briain method be?
Don't play the game. It's a ridiculous sport. It's play hurling instead. It's like...
Imagine see that suddenly come up on the sight screen, wouldn't it, after 35 minutes, starts raining. Dara O Briain says, go home.
I've attended cricket once or twice, and you sit a long way away from a man running, and because the ball is so far away, the ball is so small, you can't actually see it. A man runs and he does this, and then there's a pause, and another man does this, and then they all go... Oh.
It's interesting that you bowl right-handed and bat left-handed, Dara. I don't know if you know that.
In the mime, I am playing two different characters.
Oh, yeah. It's a very detailed mime.
Yeah. Are we doing anything to do with sport or probability?
No, this is about how maths can help you to find what you're looking for. So it's more about sort of searching for things.
We have a first problem, do we?
Yes. Basically, we're going to play 20 questions.
OK.
Dara, you can choose any word in the English dictionary.
Right.
OK.
And would it help if I chose something particularly strange and...
something exotic might...
Can we discuss tactics before?
You can
we've really got
discuss
20
tactics,
questions.
yeah.
Now, you know when you did that thing about putting it, you know, you get chessboards and you put 1 grain of sand on the first square, and then you double it, and then you double it, and you double it, and double it. And by the time you get to the 64 square, there are more grains of sand than there are on the planet.
Yeah.
So we're doing the opposite of that, basically, aren't we?
Yeah.
Sort of.
Yeah.
We're starting with a huge pile of words, and we're trying to reduce it down to the 1.
It's a
So if we can half them each time...
Right, OK, fine.
Yeah, so remember, they have to be yes or no answers.
Yes.
Right.
Is it a word that you can say sober?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. With a normal host, yes, Dara.
I wouldn't be any better or worse at saying this sober or drunk.
Is it a word you'll hear on television in normal days?
No.
Right.
Does it start with the letter M to Z?
Ah, good thinking. Yes, it does.
It does.
Can you rip out the first half of the...
Of the dictionary. Can we just presume my hand? Because I gather this is probably an expensive book, yeah.
Oh, right.
So you've got a strategy here.
Got a strategy of narrowing it down, half each time. An M-N-O-P-Q-R-S. Is it from M to S?
No, it's not. Sorry, excuse me. Sorry, apologies.
So it's from T-U-V... This doesn't count as a question, by the way.
Yeah, exactly.
So T-U-V... Does it start with T-U or V?
Yes.
Does it start with T?
Yes, it does.
It does.
Right.
So we've got the letter.
You're doing very well.
OK,
Oh,
is
look,
the second letter a vowel?
No.
So it's T-H-T-R-T-W.
Ask him that.
Is the second letter an H or an R?
No.
So it might be a W.
Well, I'll ask you. Are the first 2 letters, therefore, T-W?
Yes, they are.
Right.
OK.
How many questions are we in now?
Oh, we've hardly asked...
We've hardly had any.
They're still in single digits, I think.
So why don't we say, is it on one of the first 3 pages?
Good idea.
Is it before Twin Hood?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
How many
It's
questions
quite a
have
dull
we
way
got
of playing, but it's just...
but it's powerful.
So is it before tweak?
Yes, within the section of your turn, yes, it does.
Does it come before, let's pick one around here, twaddle, that's about halfway.
No, it doesn't.
So it's between twaddle and tweak.
Yes.
Is it before twang?
Oh, sorry.
No, it's not before twang.
It's after twang, so we've got it, it's in
Twang
this
to
block.
tweak.
Does it come before tway?
No.
Right, so now in these two blocks, does it come before tweaker?
No.
So it's in this block. Does it come before tweedle?
No, it doesn't.
Oh my God, we're down to a few words. Tweedle.
Are you actually asking that?
Yeah.
Yes, it's tweedle.
It's tweedle.
Tweedle, yes.
That's amazing.
To be honest, I could be really strict
What does tweedle
ask you
mean?
for what meaning of tweedle it was,
Because I went for the one at the top of the page there, which is an 1890 term for a counterfeit ring.
do we have a total number of questions I asked?
That was way under 20.
To get to an 1890s criminal slang for a counterfeit ring, how many questions do you think you'd have gone of?
Without using the excellent Stephen Mangan method, I would
We'd be still here
gone through
at all.
several thousand.
Yes.
So that's the power of mathematics to find what you're looking for.
That's very, very true, yeah.
I mean, 2 to the power 20 is over 1 million, so there are only 600,000 odd words inside there. So with 20 questions, you're guaranteed, even if the dictionary gets expanded up to 1 million words, you'd be able to get it. And it's exactly the principle of the grains of rice on the chessboard.
Congratulations.
Okay, do you want to have a go at this method? Because it's...
Do I want to have a go of it?
extremely exciting television.
Is
So
it-
would you like to choose a word?
Can I choose a word on the
You can
basis
choose
of
a
having
word.
perhaps
Yeah.
contributed less mathematically? There we are. This is the word I'm choosing. I suspect Stephen will come to help when it's the very difficult
Good,
questions.
okay.
Grand.
Has Maud chosen his word?
Yeah. Oh,
Is
yeah.
the word exhumation? How great would it be if I had correctly written the word down? It's not, though, is it?
It's not.
First half of the dictionary, second half of the dictionary?
Second half.
Dictionary, right.
Every time you ask a question, I'm going to answer them, but I am going to look to Stephen for the,
Check.
for the answer
Right.
before I...
What's the second half?
say them.
So in other words, from N up.
Yeah.
Is it from N to S? Yes, it is.
Yes,
Okay, grand.
because ours could have been a fluke. We could have stumbled across a method that no one else could ever possibly manage to use.
Yeah, no, you haven't. The N to S, was it NOP?
No. I'm having a crisis of confidence. That's why I need to keep you, Stephen.
Was it QR?
Yeah.
Okay. Was it Q?
No.
Does it start with an A, an E, or an I? Sorry, the second letter, an A, an E, or an I?
Yes.
It does. Is the second letter an A?
No.
Is it an E?
Yes.
Damn, oh, that's actually quite inefficient. Is it re-exhumation?
Sadly, it's not.
Okay, I'm just
That'd
gonna
be
do
terribly
your-
embarrassing, wouldn't it, for the police force to have to re-exhume someone? I know we've got them up once, but
Is it...
slightly beginning to doubt that I can remember the word.
See, that's why I wrote it down.
Oh, you
'cause I
are-
knew that, yeah.
oh.
Is it before...
To act it out for you.
Is it before
Act it
refuge?
out behind your back.
Okay. Is it before refuge?
It is not.
Is it before renown?
Yes.
Is it...
I'm finding even the alphabet hard now.
Yes,
It's
it is.
numbers that made me
Is
panic
it
at
before the well-known word rejunction?
first. It is not.
Oh, is it before Rembrandt-esque?
Yes.
That's a great word. That's before. Is it Rembrandt-esque? I know I'm wasting a question here, but please, is it Rembrandt-esque?
It's not. That would be a beautiful thing to be described
Why
by
is
a critic.
Rembrandt in the dictionary? I don't
Yes.
understand.
Is it before relive?
It is.
Yeah, is it? Thank
Oh.
you, Stephen, for confirming that. Is it before reless?
It isn't.
It isn't.
It isn't before reless. Okay, Grant
actually
is assuming
nervous to
reless.
answer a single
Is it
question based on-
before relieve?
No.
It's not before relieve. So somewhere between relieve, wherever relieve starts. Oh, bollocks, it's the same words. Is it between relieve and relive?
Yes.
Thank heavens for that. Because I was actually... Is it before religionist?
Yes.
Another good word.
Yeah. I just want to guess based on what I know about Miles.
Do you think that I'm religionist?
I think of all the people I know, you are good.
Dara, this is apparent. Having kept track of this, you have blown a few questions. You're up to your 20th question.
You're kidding me?
No.
That's a crock. There's no way. I won't put it back. There's literally no way.
I'm sorry, you kept on saying, oh, is it Rembrandtesque?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a funny word.
It's uncanny.
You didn't even do an Irish accent.
If I did an Irish accent, all you would say was, that's a good Indian accent.
Yeah. OK, so I have no guesses left. Damn. How can I possibly have wittered away with whimsy so many questions? I'm going to go for religieuse, a woman bound by religious vows or devoted to a religious life, and nun.
That's amazing.
It's a great word.
It's not the right answer.
No. Okay. Having frittered away, what is it? How close are you? Relievedly.
Yeah,
Relievedly.
yeah. You would have loved. I'm sorry you didn't get a chance to see it. Stephen's mime of religion.
Might have been something in that area.
It was a sort of RADA version of that.
Mathematically speaking, Stephen and Miles found my word using what's called a binary search. They kept halving the possible words with each yes or no question. It would have been most accurate to conduct the search using page numbers rather than first letters, as there are more words in the dictionary that begin with A to M than N to Z. Either way, working from the first letter or page number, in a dictionary with 600,000 words, you can guarantee an answer in 20 questions. That's as long as you don't allow the irresistible charm of an exotic word to lead your mind astray.
So, fantastic method there, Stephen and Miles.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Students, what sort of methods were you cooking up over there? I can see a lot of binary trees.
What's the smallest number of questions, then, that you should be able to...
It's 20.
OK, so I really had... Yeah, you have very few that you can waste.
Well, I think that first round has gone to Stephen and Miles.
Definitely
to
got Braun.
Yeah, exactly.
Braun wins that one.
Yeah.
the heavy lifting team. OK, we've still got a big problem to do, and you've already done this one. We've still got more to do here. We want you to join us after the break when we tackle the big problem this week. But before that, here's something to ponder over the break. A hunter notices a bear directly east of him. He runs 100 metres north to get a better shot. The bear doesn't move, but the hunter shoots south and still kills the bear. What colour was the bear? Before the break, I asked you, a hunter notices a bear directly east of him. He runs 100 metres north to get a better shot. The bear doesn't move, but the hunter shoots south and still kills the bear. What colour was the bear? The bear was white. The hunter was standing on the North Pole when he fired. Welcome back to the School of Hard Sums. We're pitting myself against a team of brawny men in order to work out which is the best approach to take to a problem. The problems are set, as ever, by Marcus du Sautoy. And we have our students here. So, Marcus, what is the second question?
The second question, actually, I'm going to do a bit of magic.
Oh, wow. Okay.
To do a bit of magic, I'm going to need an assistant.
OK.
So, Izzy, we have a bit of telepathy between the two of us, we've discovered, and it enables me to identify what she's thinking. So, Izzy, if you could get 5 cards to be picked by our guests and Dara.
OK, so we just, among us, we pick 5 cards.
That's
OK,
right.
fine.
And then Izzy's going to identify the card that she thinks she can beam to me telepathically the
OK,
best.
so one of these 5 cards can be telepathically transmitted to Marcus.
Yes,
Yeah, exactly.
So
one of you can keep that card.
Now, presumably, we have
This
to
one.
show this card discreetly to a camera somewhere, do we?
This one
Oh, yes, you can do.
Stab it, actually, yes. If you close your eyes there, Marcus.
Oh, over there, they're closed.
This is the card.
Okay, so I'm going to put them down like this.
Do you want to concentrate?
Yeah, I've got to
you do it,
concentrate
'cause
really
I'm
hard.
Beaming it telepathically.
Yeah, this is the bit
Okay.
that I really hate magicians for, because it's done.
Yeah.
This trick is done.
No, it's really...
flat out.
flam, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
should all
Starting
us,
to
I
get
feel
it.
the
It is
spirit of
the
the ages.
9 of diamonds.
And the answer is the 9 of diamonds. Very good.
Very good.
That's very impressive.
Okay. Now, should we do it again so you can start to get some sort of... Because obviously there's not telepathy going on here.
No.
Really?
What? Don't take down the castle of our dreams.
Well, that's right. Yeah. Let's see whether you can start to spot
The
pattern,
how
which
it
is what
works.
Yes, of course, we
mathematics
hate
is
to
all
have
about.
that. You're afraid that there's any disorder in the world.
5.
Yeah.
OK, here we go.
Right.
1.
The points for this round are going to go to the first person who can get
That's it.
the
That's
algorithm.
5.
And again, you can show it to the audience at
I'm
home.
going to pick this one.
OK.
Okay.
To jog to the
I'll hold
world
it.
into
Yeah,
that.
thank you.
Okay.
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 And the card that you've got in your hand
Yes, come on.
is
You look quite worried this time.
6 of spades.
The 6 of spades, you're absolutely right.
Right
Yes.
answer. Well, what I've noticed both times is the lowest card has gone on the far right-hand side, and it's also been the same suit.
Exactly. I'm going to be using the first card to tell me the suit.
Okay.
So are the 3 cards sufficient then for you to... Are they always sufficient?
Dara, that is the interesting question.
Yes.
With the other 3 cards, can Izzy give me enough information?
But there's only 6 different ways of ordering 3 cards.
Exactly.
That's the key.
Yeah.
So I can, with those cards in the order that they're in,
Yes, and the only divine information, it's consecutive. For the next one is the next one is higher, and the next one is lower. That's the...
It's to do with that, yeah.
Yeah.
What if we put 4 cards down and you told us what the 5th card ought to be?
You just choose 4 cards and put them down. You'd be able to tell what they
well, that's what I'm doing. That's the, Ace of Diamonds.
Now, we know that this card indicates the suit of the card that we've chosen out, but these 3 cards seem to indicate the number. You have some theory about?
Well, that's the smallest number, the middle number, and the highest number. So if you put them in middle, low, high...
Stephen, that's a good...
Does it give you some kind
Yeah,
of...
let me show you. Izzy will tell me what this card represents. So, for example, that's small, middle, big. Small, middle, big.
We know it's a diamond.
That's 10 of diamonds. That's small, big, little.
The Jack of Diamonds.
Very good. That's middle, small, big.
The Queen of Diamonds.
That's middle, big, small.
The King of Diamonds.
And then we go to big, small, little.
Ace of Diamonds.
And big, middle, small.
2 of Diamonds.
Right. So that
Is it easier
identifies...
for me just to give you my money now? I might go to the pub because I haven't got a clue what's going on.
Hang on. There's only 6 options you can choose, and that's
there are
therefore
6
you've got to
ways-
split it into even or odd cards in some way, do you? The one you choose out.
So, Stephen, the point is that there are 6 different ways to arrange
3 numbers.
small,
Yeah.
middle, and big. So rather than a line, if you think of it in a circle...
Right, so you go up
That's-
or down from 9, and you go round. Once you go past king, you go to ace.
The
and
interesting
round to
thing
2
is
again.
that there was a choice that Izzy made. So let's suppose that actually it was the 4 of diamonds. So which card would you have put down, Izzy, if it was the 4 of diamonds and the 9 of diamonds?
This one.
Why?
Not because you...
Let's ask that.
Because you want to go
Because
5 up.
you'll go up from 4 to 9.
This always counts up from the number that I've put down there.
Right.
And there will always be a choice between the 2 cards. If you think of it on a circle,
Yeah,
well, sometimes there might be a
somewhere.
large, but the other side will be small. So
Yes.
in this case, we chose the 4, but if it was the jack, then between the jack, we want to count up from 9 to get to the jack.
So like on a clock face, the shortest way between 11 and 1
It's
is
always
2.
counting
is
up.
2, yeah.
Always counting up, and with this order of the 6 cards, you can identify how far you count from 9.
Very good.
Wow.
Yeah.
What did you do for same value?
Yeah, same values. You do it in alphabetical order. So clubs is the lowest, diamonds is the next, hearts, spades.
Okay, fine.
So what we're going to do is I'm going to lay 4 cards down and keep 1 to myself.
Okay, fine.
And whether it's Dara or Stephen or Miles to identify first will win this round. Okay, so this is going to be the card that you have to identify. So you're going to write this down so we can have a nice reveal.
Right. Good answer.
Okay, so Stephen and Miles, what have you got?
Well, we thought low, high, medium is 2.
Yes.
2 on from the jack is the king. So the king of spades.
King of spades, Dara?
I've gone 2 of spades.
2 of spades.
Because that's medium there. So it'll be medium, high, low is 4 up from the jack.
And students? King of spades, 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 king of spades. And so the second round goes to Stephen and Miles because they counted the right way. I think you just counted.
I counted that
Yeah,
right,
you're meant to
yeah.
count from the card.
The card laid furthest from Marcus tells us the suit. Out of 5 cards, there'll always be 2 of the same suit. Now, in your mind, picture all the cards in that suit laid out in a circle. Next to the suit card, the other 3 are placed in a specific order based on their size. 3 cards gives you 6 possible permutations to work with, and you can use these to identify how far you should count around the circle from the suit card. So small, medium, large means you count one position around the clock from ace. So the answer is 2 of spades. Small, large, medium means 2 moves, and the answer is 3 of spades. Medium, small, large means 3 moves, medium, large, small means 4 moves, large, small, medium means 5, and large, medium, small means 6. Just make sure to pick a suit card that's no more than 6 clockwise steps from the mystery one.
Join us after the break. We'll tackle the large problem this week, and we'll find out exactly how Stephen and Miles have been running around doing this.
Any sheep attacks?
I managed to fight it off. Is it a right turn I do, Stephen?
Yes.
I could see us on a beach in thongs.
Welcome back to School of Hard Sums, the programme that pits me using brains against my fellow comics using brawn. In this case, Stephen, Mangan and Miles Jupp in a battle to find out which method is best for solving the maths problems that affect us all. Now, what is the large problem we have this week?
The large problem is set in an orchard, and it's about trying to find a key. Because you're a farmer, and the deeds for this farm are locked inside a box. Now, your great-grandfather buried this key somewhere in the orchard. But he left instructions about how to find the key which will open the box.
He didn't bury the box,
no,
but
he buried
the key.
Yeah. The box is in the farm with the deeds inside.
Enormously contrived, real-life, everyday problem.
Controlling man.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So here were the instructions for how to find the key.
OK.
So, I tied my horse to an apple tree, walked to the large oak tree, turned left 90 degrees, and walked the same distance again.
Right.
This is the spot where I left a beehive. I then walked from the horse to the small oak tree, turned 90 degrees right, walked the same distance away again. This is where I placed the second beehive. The key to open the box containing the deeds is buried by the apple tree that is halfway between the 2 beehives. But that was 3 generations ago. The beehives have been moved and the horse has been dead for years. Yes. Can you still find the key?
OK, you went into a field, presumably.
We went into a field with lots of trees in it. Yeah, we did.
Yes.
Yeah. An orchard, even.
It was an orchard.
It had that feel to it.
Let's have a look and see how Miles and Stephen got on.
Well, here we are then, eh? Lovely, lovely Kent. This is the England of scrumping, of milkmaids, of pastoral singing. It's wonderful stuff, isn't it?
It's freezing.
It's inspiring. It's inspiringly cold.
I hear the Bahamas is very nice this time of year. I could see us on a beach in thongs doing some trigonometry. But
it's hard to think of anything else, isn't it?
No, well, it is now. Right, props. Well, this looks like Sherlock Holmes' dressing-up box. We'll need the beehive, the plastic beehive.
Plastic beehives. Plastic beehives.
Compasses. North is that way.
I don't think we need any compasses.
We have to turn 90 degrees at one point.
I think
you reckon you could do that
myself
without
to do a right angle. These are more cones.
Attempt 5.
Gosh, I think someone has not got high expectations of us.
Oh, what's that? There's a horse on a stick. Was that a toy?
Yeah, pre-wee. We could tie that to a tree in sort of as a tribute to the original horse. Right. Is there some way that we could use a sheep?
I could ride the sheep from tree to tree. I mean, I'm not a country person, but surely that's possible.
I think it's the sort of thing, there needs to be an element of consent.
So, there are 2 bits of information we know. We know where the large oak tree is, and we know where the small oak tree is. There are 2 bits of information we don't know. We don't know which tree the horse was tied to, and we don't know which tree the key is at.
Right.
All the trees look the same, so we need a way of identifying individual trees, otherwise we're going to go insane.
I've got letters, you've got numbers.
Let's label nature with plastic. Right. Gloves are going to have to come off for this.
This is it. I've done the first one. I'm just moving on to D now, Stephen.
I think the letters are easier than the numbers. Come on, Dobbins.
I'm going to do G if you want to come with me.
Any sheep attacks?
I managed to fight it off.
20. Stephen and I, we like to just get on and do things properly.
These trees are really poorly organised.
Embrace the cold, embrace the spirit. I mean, it's all right for Dara and Marcus. They can just sort of sit in the Dave hot tub drinking Mad Dog 2020 and laughing about literary festivals they've been to, but some of us, you know, really like to get on with things.
How are you getting on, Stephen?
You what?
How are you getting on?
I've got to row 10.
I've finished.
But he's so temperamental.
That'll do. I've lost the horse.
Dobbin.
Actually, I called him Ralph.
Oh.
Or Rafe, as he likes to be known.
Right, he sounds very down to earth. Oh, Rafe.
Rafe?
Well, thank God you found each other.
Oh, Rafe.
So you just built a grid for the first part of this?
That's basically all we've done, is build a grid and label the 2 oak trees, small oak tree and large oak tree.
OK.
So we had very, very little to work with, Dara.
Yeah. You have a field of trees. I got nothing.
Yeah, he's just got this...
Well, you need a sheep.
Yeah,
At no point really let a sheep into the studio here.
Don't bring envy into it, Dara. You know, we were just lucky that day.
It's an ugly emotion, isn't it? OK, well, I'm going to go over and try to do this in some abstract way. I'll start drawing things like I always do.
So apple trees are laid out in a grid. The large oak tree is here. However far you walk to it from the horse, you must turn 90 degrees left and walk the same distance away from the tree, then put down a beehive. There's a small oak tree here. However far you walk to that from the horse, you must turn 90 degrees right and walk the same distance away and put down another beehive. We're looking for a key buried between the 2 hives. Trouble is, we don't know where we started.
There were a surprising number of sheep in your...
There were?
Yeah.
Quite
were they
attractive
a problem?
sheep.
They were quite beautiful, yeah.
Anything with dark curly hair gets my vote.
What has sheep got to do with mathematics?
Oh, it was the first time the number 4 was used in nature. We've got 4 legs. Is that right? First recorded instance of number 4.
Interesting 4 has got something to do with it. There's a bone, the phalanx bone of a sheep. I've got some here. So let me just, in order to be able to see this properly, I've got a... Yeah, these are phalanx bones, or what are called knuckle bones. And actually, if you throw one of these, they tend to land on one of 4 sides.
Oh, so it's like a gambling thing.
It is. So the first dice in history were these knuckle bones. Dara, how are you getting on over there with your horse?
I've dumped your D5, right? I put D5 in the middle of a grid there, so it's the point 0, 0, right? You walk to here, so that gives you your first line.
Yes.
And that could come from any direction, obviously.
Yes.
The vague general bit. You turn 90 degrees,
yes.
Which means you need a perpendicular line. This looks too neat, by the way, like this. Then you come back to here. This is your other set point, which is 4, 0, under my new renamed scheme. And then I go to here, right?
Yes.
And then we do the same again.
No, you turn right.
Oh, yes,
yeah.
So I turn right.
So you turn the opposite way.
So I do another perpendicular line, sorry. I go along another perpendicular line.
Yes.
And somewhere I'll find either here, I'll find B2, and then Vump.
And then it's halfway.
It's Vump. That's it. And Vump is the job done.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was picky. You can make that too difficult. Do you find it really, really complicated?
To do?
Yeah.
Well, no, because it's easy when you're just doing it practically, because you do the practical and then come to the answer and go, oh, wonder how you get that answer.
Yeah, there is a touch of that, actually, yeah.
Then you work back from... And I don't know how you prove that that's the answer.
That may be the thing that we find difficult to do. Nonetheless, I do want to see, before I show you my rough work,
right.
I want to see how you did. Let's see how they got on in the field.
Well, here we are. Very few props we've chosen.
Yeah.
In the end. We've got a Rafe, old Rafe bobbins. These cones represent increasingly desperate attempts.
Yeah.
You're still with me, Stephen?
I am still with you, yeah.
Worried I'm losing you.
I think I'm getting tweed poisoning. Right, so we've got to pick a tree that Rafe is going to be tied to. And I think it's only fair to let Rafe pick the first tree. This one. So I'm going to walk to the large tree, turn left, walk the same distance and drop my beehive. Yeah. You're going to walk to the small tree, turn right 90 degrees, walk the same distance and drop it. But then the tree we're looking for is the midway point between the 2 beehives. OK, see you in a minute. Good luck. 8. And then turn left.
Is it a right turn I do, Stephen?
Yes. Beehive. Now we walk together towards each other, and where we meet is our first attempt.
We'll have to step in time.
I'm taking a 31-inch stride.
Yeah, as per.
Go.
1, 2, 3, 4.
35, 36, 37, 38, 39. Bang, there it is.
Very close to the tree that we tied the horse to.
Now, that is intriguing.
Is that intriguing or what? Right, attempt number 2.
Attempt number 2. Oh, very good. It's a great opportunity for me to watch and learn about how someone much older than me goes about a professional engagement.
I think this is the one.
1, 2, 10, 18, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12 and a half.
Look, a 10-1 is just there.
No, hello, hello.
That's a span away. Where's my hat gone?
It's here, very much here, very much here.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, what happens if we start at the big oak? No, then you can't walk to it.
Then I stay where I am. Let's do it. I'll see you in a minute. I'll be here resting.
1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9.
Stephen Mangan!
Yes?
I'm where the beehive would be.
Here we go, and
1, 2, 3, 4,
15, 16, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. This can't be chance.
It can't be chance. There's got to be something going on here. 3 points very close together, but the key is hidden at a tree.
The tree that is closest to these 3 points
is that one.
This tree. By chance, we did start at this tree.
Why were you dressed like that?
We're like the Edwardian Chuckle Brothers, weren't we?
I find it amazing how much I look like Clarissa Dixon Wright sometimes.
It's quite a look you've carved out for yourself, yes. Yeah. Did you got an answer, though?
Yeah. We always ended up at the same tree.
Wow.
Whatever you did.
Whatever we did, wherever we started, whichever side of the line.
OK, Dara, where do you think the key is located?
I think it's a D7.
Right, and where do you think the key is located? F7. So a little bit of jeopardy here. In fact, I can reveal that the correct answer is that the key is located at F7.
Yes, of course it is.
And students, let's see what you got.
They all got F7? Of course it is.
Oh, lots of F7s.
Do you know what? That's what that 2 is. The 2 should be up here somewhere. That should be so. Yeah.
Can I show you a clever way?
Please show me a clever way.
Your strategy about just putting a coordinate map on it in the right way is the right one, because let's just suppose the horse is here.
Yeah.
OK, and we're just going to call this the origin, 0, 0. One of the trees is the origin of the y-coordinate system, and also units of measurement. So 1 unit along the x-axis, so this is located at 1, 0.
Yeah.
And 1 unit takes us up here in the other at 90 degrees, so we go up to 0, 1. And now let's suppose that this other tree is located at x, y with respect to this coordinate system. OK, so now we go from the horse to x, y, and then we turn 90 degrees the other way, and that is located, as you said, you've gone y along here, so you add that to the x direction, so that's x plus y minus 1. And then this tells you that the location of the key is that you take the halfway point between the 2 trees and then go the same distance halfway up again.
Do you know what I've just realised? You know, and this has become a theme over the course of the show, as indeed it was during much of my education, that for each time I did this, I went the wrong way. I went wandering off the wrong direction. I mixed up my left and right. And so, therefore, made a thundering mess of the entire thing.
So it turns out that the original starting point is a red herring, because no matter where you start, if you follow the directions, you will always end up at the same point. It's simplest to start by looking at what happens when you begin your journey exactly halfway between the 2 oaks. Walk towards the oaks, turn right at the small one, and left at the large. The distance you travel out is half the distance between the oaks. Put your beehives down here. The key is halfway between the 2 beehives here. But if you start at this tree and follow the instructions, the beehives would end up here and here. And the halfway point will be here, in exactly the same spot. It's because as one triangle gets smaller, the other one gets bigger to compensate. It even happens if you start at one of the oak trees. You can calculate this mathematically with coordinates, or you can romp around an orchard on a hobby horse called Rafe, positioned in traffic cones. Apparently, either technique works.
Yes, wow, that's a kicking. Did they win everything in the first half as well?
Because I think you won that round, and the 20 questions
magic trick thing.
And the magic trick as well.
Wow.
So, yeah, so the round and the programme goes to Braun.
Beaten to a pulp by Braun, which is, I suppose, what Braun does. Wow, you just took me around the back and you beat me with sticks.
I'm amazed to discover that I've been part of a winning side, to be honest. If you just told me that I'd lost everything, I would also have quite happily believed you. In maths, I understand that.
Thank you for the kicking, gentlemen. Some general big thanks, of course, to our students, by the way. Thank you very much. To our question setter, and the man who can explain in 2 seconds, of course, is Professor Marcus du Sautoy, but mainly to our guest comedians who won this 3-0. And even Miles, with his limited knowledge, knows that 3 is a larger number than nothing, so therefore they win. Stephen, Mangan and Miles Jupp. We'll have more of these ridiculously fiendish and sometimes you don't get them problems on School of Hard Sums. Thank you very, very much.
And now time for your homework. It's the FA Cup draw. 4 balls are placed into a hat with the team names Arsenal, Chelsea, Man City and Man United written on them. 2 balls are pulled out at the same time. It is announced that one of the teams is from Manchester. What are the chances that the other team is also from Manchester? If you'd like to check your answer or just cheat, go to the website joindave.co.uk.